So once you've sewn down both of the edges of your bag, you can now turn it in the right way and poke the corners out. And at this stage, you might just want to pop the lining of your bag inside of your bag so that you can make sure that it fits just right and make any final adjustments if it's come out not quite the right size. You want your lining to sit neatly just inside of the bag like this. So to cut out the lining for the bag straps, you are going to lay one of your straps onto a piece of fabric. I would generally go a little bit longer if you've got enough fabric to do so, because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. You can always trim off at the end. So from here, I would just mark out my bag strap all the way down. You could do this with a ruler if you wanted to. I'm just going all the way down. And then we want that same again. So I'm going to place it right next to it like that. And then same again. Just mark that out. Okay, and now I know I just need to go along here. You could even use a ruler and draw a line like so to make sure you've got a nice straight line to sew along. And then you're going to cut along there. Then you're going to do the same again with this one. So it's just the same as we've done with this one, and you'll notice we've not added any seam allowance here. And the reason for that is that we want the lining of the bag strap to sit slightly inside of the edges of the bag strap. So if it's exactly the same size, then it's going to poke out a little bit. So we actually want it to be thinner, and we're going to make it thinner by not adding seam allowance. So the seam allowance will take away a little bit of the width, and that will make it the right size for our strap. So if you go ahead and do the same with that one. Next, you are going to fold them in half long ways, like this. And then you can pin down here to keep it in place. So if you were going to pop a couple of pins in, you'd pop them in like this, so that you can then sew along this edge. Like that. So we're going to sew along here. If you are going to sew by hand because you're away and you haven't got your sewing machine with you or anything like that, then just here you're going to do back stitches again, like I showed you just now. Otherwise you can just sew with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance on your sewing machine. Next, we're going to use a safety pin to turn these in the right way. So we're going to put our pin in here and put the big end down in there so you've got something to hold on to. Then push it down in and pull the fabric up around it so it doesn't get stuck. It can kind of help to get it going. There we go. Now you've got your 2 bag straps, you'll just want to give them an iron and try and get that seam in the middle. So iron them out as flat as they'll open out. Like so. Once you've got that, you can grab one of your straps and just double check that your strap is the right width for your crochet strap. So like this is great. So you want to lay it onto your crochet and be able to see a little bit of your crochet peeking out either side. Like that is great. Now to attach your bag strap lining to your straps, you can either do this by hand or by running it through your machine. If you're going to do it by hand, you'll want to get just a needle and thread and get a couple of little stitches in just here, just to secure it. And then you're going to come along and just go pick up a little fibre of the bag and a little fibre of the cotton. So a little fibre of the crochet strap and a tiny little edge of your bag strap. And you'll just work your way all the way along like so. Or you could choose to do this on your sewing machine, in which case you're just going to want to keep your stitches nice and close to the edge of your fabric strip, and you're going to want to go down one side of the strap and then turn it and go down the other side of the strap, the same distance away from the edge. Once you've lined your bag straps, you can trim off the excess at the end. Next, we're going to attach our bag straps to our bag without the bag lining in at this stage. So we're going to open this up and we are going to pin our bag strap about 1 inch into the bag, just here. And then the same again, making sure that your strap is straight, no twists, and then the same again with this one. And now we're going to sew along here and along here, just above where the pin is, so that the strap is attached to the bag nice and securely. You can either do this by hand with some back stitches, or you can put it through your machine. Here you can see I've sewn along the bag handle and then I've back stitched back to the beginning, which is giving it 2 rows of stitches and therefore extra strength.